Fiji. Walking along the street and friendly locals will greet you with Gilavinica hello and beautiful smiles. Every now and then one will start a conversation with you and ask you for your name. Before you know it, they are carving your name into traditional wooden spears and shields etc, then asking you for money for the work you never asked for. They will look upset when you tell them you don't want it, and they will explain that now they can't sell the item because they carved your name into it already, and they will follow you down the street reducing their price until you finally agree. Best advice: be friendly. Say hello. Don't give anyone your name. At the pyramids in Egypt, people with fake badges will tell you that you are required to pay them extra to see the Sphinx. It's included with your park ticket. If you go to Bangkok and are on the way to the Grand Palace, you will encounter very friendly guys falsely telling you that the Grand Palace is closed due to some ceremonies. They are very friendly and are good salesmen. They offer to take you on a tuk-tuk ride to other temples for a really good price. On the way to these other temples, the tuk-tuk driver will be very friendly and tries to win your trust. After the second temple or so, he will start talking about some great promotion for a tailor that makes custom made suits, or about some promotion of emerald sales, and will eventually drive you to one of those places, and if you refuse to buy anything the friendliness changes. The tuk-tuk driver will just take you the next temple and then disappears after you paid him. How to avoid this scam: be very suspicious of very friendly type people around the Grand Palace telling you that the Grand Palace is closed. The best is probably just to say thank you and not get involved into any conversation with them. Buddy of mine was in Paris on his honeymoon in front of the Louvre. Couple of dudes walk up to his wife and start trying to put a piece of string on her wrist so they can charge them for it. She politely declined, but they wouldn't let it go and kept trying to put it on her wrist. My buddy is a 6'4", 270 pounds bald dude with Odin's beard that works out a lot. He got in between the guys and his wife and just kinda low-key growled at them. I think he said it was more of a very gruff. The assholes backed off, but kept yelling rude shit at them as they walked off. More balls than brains, I guess. Las Ramblas in Barcelona. Lovely city. But everybody hypes up this one street that is crowded full of people. It is practically highlighted in every tour guide of the city, yet I still don't understand the draw. Every restaurant and shop on the street is a tourist trap as well, overpriced and under quality. It is much more worth your time to stroll around the gothic neighborhood if the city, rather than Las Ramblas. If someone offers you something for free, don't **ing take it. They will dump it on you. Make it as hard as possible to take it back, and then pressure you for money. I'm talking about how in Italy people will approach you offering a bracelet attached tight and then ask you to pay them. Also, any restaurant that has watermark pictures on their menus. Had something similar happen in Paris at the Sacré-Cœur. As I was walking down some steps leading away, a guy grabbed my wrist and attempted to tie a string on my finger. I kept my hand clenched and attempted to pull away from him several times. The dude even tried to forcefully uncurl my fingers. It really annoyed me, and I could tell my voice was definitely conveying the feeling. I guess it was the combination of shock, annoyance, and nervousness that I kept using what little French I knew, even though the guy was speaking in English. At some point another guy came over, I assume he was an accomplice, and tried to convince me to let the guy put the string on my finger. He tried telling me that if I didn't let them put the string on me, that I didn't respect Africa or some BS. Finally, still in French, I said, "For euros." "Yeah? No thank you." At this point, he finally let me go, and I was able to walk away. The whole exchange must have lasted several minutes. I've been really wary about tourist traps ever since. In Peru, and I assume elsewhere too, lots of restaurants have what they call a menu turistico, or literally tourist menu. On it you'll find things like pizza, spaghetti, and cheeseburgers. Not wanting to be outdone by the place a couple doors down with the exact same menu, they'll have all kinds of deals. Buy one get one free, drink and dinner combo, choose any three, stuff like that. They also tend to have someone standing outside to thrust the menu in your face and try to lead you in. Because clearly you flew halfway around the world to eat authentic Peruvian spaghetti. They may have a couple more traditional dishes as well. But they're really hoping you'll pop in and buy some frozen pizza for about what you'd pay back home. While traveling there, we chose our eating spots only if there was no menu touristico and no one standing out front thrusting said menu in our face. Sometimes those sorts of places were a little off the main street. Like the great little place we ate lunch at one day that was full of exclusively locals that spoke zero English. Those sorts of places have a menu of the day, I forget the Spanish. And it'll be one dish, or maybe two you can choose from, for a fixed price. Some people may find that sort of thing to be intimidating. But everyone was friendly, and ordering off of a menu with one thing on it is pretty easy. They also tend to be much cheaper than the places trying to attract tourists as they're catering to locals. We paid about $2 after the exchange rate for a plate of food that was too much to finish. Rome's touristy areas are unbearable. Every single popular site or place features the same mob of sketchy and all around annoying characters. Friendship bracelets. Fake petitions. Fake charities. Shitty toys and souvenirs. You can't take 2 steps without somebody trying to hassle you. The Vatican isn't even immune to this. While approaching it, you still have scammers dressed in outfits to trick people they are part of the staff. They basically scam elderly and others into believe they bought the wrong ticket. We joked that the Vatican felt like Hollywood Boulevard, but religious. Then, on top of all of this, the food around these areas are scams as well, designed to trick gullible travelers out of their money. I ate the best pasta I've ever had in Rome. And I've ate the worst. Don't get me wrong. I love Rome as a whole. But man, do their tourist areas suck. In Jamaica, we went on one of the guided hikes through the Dunellas River Falls. The exit is completely covered in a maze of pretty typical touristy gift shop type tents selling cheap manufactured garbage. Of course we coincidentally had to wait for the buses, so we had nowhere to go except the tents. My GF and I, both 18 at the time, and from America, meandered around with zero intention of buying anything, but we were dumb enough to entertain the salesman by letting them talk to us. One asked our names, and when we answered, he carved them into the side of a wooden tick he had and tried handing it to us. We were taken aback because we obviously had not asked him to do that, but then he started demanding we pay him for it because otherwise he would lose his stock for nothing. I tried to lie about not having money to spend on it, and it was uncomfortable at most until one of the other salesmen blocked the entrance out of the tent and started saying that we were essentially shoplifting from them. We knew it was possible to give them the name of the hotel we were staying at, have them charge us through there, but there was no way I was actually paying them or letting them know where I was sleeping. So I just put one of the other resorts and a fake last name and told them to charge us. Luckily they let us go. Pretty freaked out through. I kept that ticky head for about 10 years as my trophy for swindling swindlers LMAO.